Epic Universe, 6 things we love about it, and 6 things we hate. Hey, what's going on everybody? Rick here, and this list was 2 parts. Very easy to do, but at the same time, very hard to do. The love list. Easy to come up with, but there's too much. The hard part is keeping it down to just 6 items. I could say, oh, I love everything here, and be done. But that wouldn't be very insightful. So, I've broken it down to 6. And as far as the hate side is concerned, well, there are 2 things on the list that I really do hate. The other 4 I wouldn't say I hate, just maybe strongly dislike or annoy me. But that's enough of the preview. Let's get to the actual list. We're gonna start with the love and save the hate for last. The first area you enter in Epic Universe is known as Celestial Park. Let's just start there. I love Celestial Park. They have put the park back into theme park. This is, I would say, an elevated Epcot. If you love Epcot, if you're a fan of Disney's Epcot, you're gonna love Celestial Park at Epic Universe. I love all of the water they have. The water runs throughout here at the front of the park, all the way to the back of the park, and it's all coordinated fountain shows. When a fountain show is happening, it's happening here and all the way through the middle by the carousel and by the big fountain. And the landscaping they've done here is just beautiful as well. It is a park inside a theme park. And the lighting at nighttime is phenomenal. Just like the fountains coordinate, the lighting effects coordinate at night too. Celestial Park has 2 full-service restaurants, several casual restaurants, and several quick service places to eat. There are at least 6 bars in here. There might be 7. Let's see if I can count them up. Astropub, Bar Zenith, Celestiki, the Plastered Owl, the Blue Dragon has a bar, as does the Atlantic Restaurant. Am I missing one? Maybe, I don't know, but there's plenty of places to grab an adult beverage in Celestial Park. Also, there are 2 rides in here, and they could possibly expand to add another ride or 2 in Celestial Park. In fact, one of the rides in Celestial Park actually makes the love list. Coming in at item number 2 of things we love at Epic Universe, Stardust Racers. And check this out. Currently, Stardust Racers is my new favorite roller coaster in Orlando. With apologies to Velocicoaster, there could be some recency bias involved in this ranking, but right now I would have to say my favorite roller coaster in all of Florida is Stardust Racers. It's not Universal Orlando's fastest roller coaster. The Velocicoaster is faster. The Incredible Hulk roller coaster is faster. And since right now, at the time of this recording, Rip Ride Rocket is still open, Rip Ride Rocket is faster. The top speed for Stardust Racers is 62 miles per hour, but it's the dueling aspect of this coaster which sets it over the top. And if there's any question if Velocicoaster is better or Stardust is better at nighttime, for sure Stardust is the best roller coaster in the area. So be aware, the wait time for this ride will increase as it gets darker. Like I said, it's the dueling aspect of this coaster that puts it in another level. At one moment, the other coaster could be beside you, and then maybe under you, and then maybe over you, and that makes this a really super fun ride. I love it. Item number 3 on the love list. I love the 4 immersive worlds of Epic Universe. Universal has outdone themselves with placing you inside of these worlds. Super Nintendo World is like you are in the video games, the land itself, and the rides. The Isle of Berk is themed beautifully visually. But what kind of sets it apart from the other worlds, in my opinion, the meet and greets are phenomenal in the Isle of Berk. And the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, the Ministry of Magic, and 1920s Paris is just beautiful. I could sit all day outside of a Parisian cafe just watching the Wizarding World walk by. And then we have my favorite portal, my favorite world, Dark Universe, the Village of Darkmoor. It looks awesome, especially at night, especially when they have all the lighting effects going. But the soundtrack, which was created by movie composer Danny Elfman, is what really sets this world apart for me. I love all of the sounds and the sound effects coming through the Village of Darkmoor. I know I just singled out the Dark Universe for its audio, but all of the worlds have tremendous audio sound effects. Nintendo sounds like you're in the video game, and Donkey Kong Country with those drums just beating, awesome. And the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, here in Paris, you get music from the movies, you get 1920s sounding music, and you get tremendous sound effects from windows and nooks and crannies inside of this world. But my favorite example of how immersive these worlds are and how clever Universal can be is inside of Dark Universe. Every 15 minutes, this windmill at the Burning Blade Tavern will catch on fire. The bells in the village will toll. The music in this area will build and build. And as it's building, you can see orange and red lights slowly making their way through this forest here until it catches on fire. Here's the kicker. The red and orange lighting is meant to be the villagers making their approach with their torches in hand to set the windmill on fire. And then after the final burst, a very quick orange and red lights go again to signify the villagers scurrying away in a hurry. That, my friends, is some next level theming. I mean, even here at Curse of the Werewolf, they play Blue Moon, the song Blue Moon, out of speakers in there. If you're familiar with the movie American Werewolf in London, the movie starts with that song. I could go on and on about this in every world, but I don't think I will. Let's move on to the next item on the list. I love the Monsters Unchained ride. I go on it multiple times every time I'm here. It's a great story with phenomenal animatronics. And the best thing, the line. The line is never too bad here. It's a continuously loading attraction, so it goes through a lot of people. It has a high capacity for riders. And the storyline, like I said, and the animatronics are second to none in Monsters Unchained. Walking through Frankenstein's manor is unbelievable. The theming. They even have a window that acts as if you're looking out into Darkmoor Village and the Burning Blade. The pre-show in here has two amazing animatronics of Victoria Frankenstein and Frankenstein's monster. The ride uses the same ride technology as Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, but that ride makes me sick. This one, they've updated how the ride works, how the software works, how the robotic arm works, and Monsters Unchained does not make me sick. And I tell you what I'm going to do. I did say I ride it every time I'm here. I'm going to go on it right now. Well, that was another great ride on Monsters Unchained. And I used something else that I love, and it's on this list. The Epic Universe single rider lines are awesome. Most of the rides here do have a single rider line. The Curse of the Werewolf goes by and its music just swells. But the single rider lines are not always used. Universal does have the capability of opening and closing the single rider lines. So if a ride already has a really low standby, wait time, they probably won't turn on the single rider lines, but single rider lines are good for here. I mean, a really good time saver at Monsters Unchained, Mario Kart, the Ministry of Magic has a single rider line. But I will warn you, especially when it comes to Monsters Unchained single rider line, it's basically a hallway. So you will miss a lot of the great theming and the pre-show with Monsters Unchained. But regardless, single rider lines at Epic Universe is something I love. Some of the other theme parks in the area, particularly Disney World, do not utilize single rider lines too much, but most everything here will have a single rider line, like I said, unless the wait time is already low. I do recommend, however, the first time you go through a ride, go through the regular queue so you can enjoy all the theming aspects and pre-shows, because when it comes to the single rider lines, you could get split from your party, and then also you're not going to get the full effect of all of the bells and whistles of the queue and the pre-shows. Okay, now we're up to item number 6 on things I love at Epic Universe. After this one, we'll move on to the hate list. Probably the reason why you guys clicked on the video. But item number 6, I want to tell you about it, but this is another one I want to demonstrate to you. I love the food at Epic Universe. Everything seems to be elevated in some way. All the food in Paris is amazing. Even like the pizza place, Pizza Moon, it has some simple pizzas like a cheese pizza, a pepperoni pizza, but then also elevated pizza. They have a pizza crust made out of ube. They use ube for it. It turns purple. Even the pizza is elevated. But what I really want to mention and demonstrate within the subcategory would be desserts. Every freaking dessert I've had here has been amazing. From like some that I can recommend off the top of my head. The strawberry shortcake at Astro Pup, phenomenal. The banana Napoleon at Blue Dragon, crazy good. But I'm currently on a kick of getting something from Super Nintendo World. You know what? Let me just go get it. And this is purely just to demonstrate to you guys. No personal reasons that I'm getting this, but let's make our way over to Super Nintendo World and I'll get you my current favorite dessert. I'll have a new one soon, but this is currently my favorite. Toadstool Cafe has this Mount Beanpole cake, currently priced at $8.99. It is chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry layered cake topped with a matcha mousse, and it is phenomenal. The star is edible, the flag is not. Well, that was awesome as always. And remember, I did that for you. Not for myself, I did it for you. But I am currently on a run of having that cake every time I'm here. But all of the food, the entrees and dessert at Epic Universe is not like theme park food that you think of. You know, an ugly, crappy old burger and some old cold French fries, turkey legs. In fact, they don't even have turkey legs here. Everything seems to be a little elevated here, so you can't go wrong. Experiment with the menu, try different things. I'll be showing some food from time to time in my videos, you know, and recommending things as I work my way through the menu. So make sure you're subscribed so you can see all the food I get and all the weight I gain. But anyway, we're done with the love. Time for the hate. And since we're already here in Super Nintendo World, I have a big hate. Now, the thing I hate the most will be at the end. You would think the thing I'm about to mention is the thing I hate the most, but it's not. But it is a true hate. I hate all of the steps and stairs at Epic Universe, and Super Nintendo World is the worst offender. Level 1 to level 2, 3 sets of steps. Steps inside of every ride. Mario Kart has stairs. Minecart Madness has stairs. Yoshi has stairs. Elsewhere around the park, Frankenstein's Manor, that queue has stairs. The Battle at the Ministry, stairs. Hiccup's Wing Gliders, stairs. I do use the elevators when I'm inside of Super Nintendo World, but for God's sake, whoever designed this theme park, their favorite song is A Stairway to Heaven. But I hope they're on a highway to hell. Now moving on to the second thing I hate. And that's a strong word, but you know, I'm using it for now. The second thing, and by the way, the hate section is going to go a lot quicker than the love section of this video. I just don't want to dwell on hate. But the second thing I hate about Epic Universe, there aren't any annual passes. It's not on the annual passes for Universal Orlando. I have to buy a ticket every time I come, and it looks like it's going to be that way through the year 2025. I'm hopeful that in the year 2026 they'll make this part of their annual pass program. But right now, as of the date of this recording, in 2025, I have to buy a ticket every time I come here. I hate that there's no annual pass. I hate. No, let's change the word for this one to disappointed. I'm disappointed that there is no end of the day fireworks. There is an end of the day fountain show, and it is phenomenal. So I don't think we need a big firework to go with it, but a little something would be nice. Now I'm assuming we'll have fireworks for the 4th of July and New Year's Eve, at least a small fireworks show, but I'm a little disappointed that we don't have anything just to kind of enhance the fountain show every evening. Another thing on the hate list, really more, like I said, a disappointment. This park is not conducive to having a parade. Now, I am not interested in a daily parade here, but should they ever do special after hours events, like a special after hours Halloween party, or a special after hours Christmas celebration, well, those two events would not have a parade because the layout is just not conducive for a parade. Like I said, a daily parade, not needed. But special events, I would kind of like a special events parade, but it just, I don't think would work with the way this park is laid out. I don't think there's enough like sidewalk or road room for floats. Maybe at the most, which I still think is very unlikely, a small cavalcade, but probably not. Item number 5 is me being very nitpicky, because there's just not a lot to dislike about this park. But I'm disappointed that Epic's Wizarding World only has one ride. It has 2 attractions, but only one is a ride. Now, this is not unprecedented. Diagon Alley only has 1 ride, which is Gringotts. But Hogsmeade has 3 rides. Could we not like meet in the middle and give Epic's Wizarding World 2 rides? I don't think it's going to have 1 ride forever, as through these gates right here, that's going to be the expansion area for the Wizarding World here at Epic. Hopefully, they'll add another ride through those gates in a few years. I warned you that I was being nitpicky, but this next one, item number 6 on the hate list, I truly do hate. I hate the Helios Grand Hotel. I thought it was cool when I first read about it, a hotel with direct access into the park. Well, there's 500 rooms. This hotel benefits probably 2,000 people a day. For the rest of us, for those of us who buy day tickets, what use, what good, what benefit is the Helios Grand Hotel? Don't say it has a restaurant and a bar. There's plenty of restaurants and bars throughout the rest of the theme park. I don't hate it for what it is. I hate it for what it is not, what it took away from us. There could be another portal here into another world. something like, I don't know, Lord of the Rings or Hill Valley. But it's not either of those things. It's a hotel for, I don't know, 2,000-3,000 people maybe. It's not for me, or most likely you. It still could have been here, just further back, to make room for that indoor roller coaster or other world. For me and most everyone else visiting, it's just a nice backdrop to the fountain show. Well, that's 6 things I love and 6 things I hate at Epic Universe. Let me have it in the comment section below, and leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. And as always, Chahua hua, don't miss the magic, don't miss the fun. See you next time.